The Seashells on the Rosemary beach. The sun dipped low on the horizon, casting warm hues of orange and pink across the sky, as Mira strolled along the soft sands of Rosemary Beach. With each step, the wind danced through her wavy hair, and she took a deep breath, letting the salty air fill her lungs. There was something magical about this place, a sanctuary where she could escape the hustle of the city and the monotony of her daily life. Mira loved the beach, but more importantly, she loved the hidden treasures it held. Her eyes sparkled with excitement as she searched for seashells, each one holding a story of the ocean. She knelt down, fingers sifting through the sand, when she noticed a familiar figure in the distance. It was Riley, her childhood best friend, who had moved back to their hometown after years away. The sight of her sent a wave of nostalgia crashing over Mira, as they had spent countless summers together collecting seashells and sharing secrets. Riley's laughter rang out, carefree and infectious, drawing Mira closer. "Hey, stranger!" Mira called, her heart skipping a beat at the sight of Riley's sun-kissed skin and bright smile. "Mira! It's been too long." Riley responded, rushing over. They embraced tightly, as if trying to reclaim all the years spent apart. As they settled into the warm sand, surrounded by the rhythmic sound of the waves, they fell into easy conversation, recounting stories from their past and sharing dreams for the future. The laughter flowed naturally, igniting the familiar bond they once shared. Days passed, and their connection deepened. Each evening, they would meet at the beach, laughter mingling with the waves, their conversation stretched late into the night. Mira found herself stealing glances at Riley, captivated by her radiant smile and the way her eyes sparkled under the moonlight. There was a warmth in her chest, a feeling she hadn't fully acknowledged before, the stirrings of something deeper. One evening, as the sun set, painting the sky with vibrant colors, Mira and Riley sat side by side, feet buried in the cool sand, reminiscing about childhood dreams. "Remember the time we found that giant conch shell? We thought it would lead us to hidden treasures?" Riley recalled, her voice soft and dreamy. Mira chuckled, "And we believed we could speak to mermaids." Riley turned to Mira, her expression shifting. "You know, sometimes I feel like there's still magic in the world, especially when I'm with you." The air grew thick with unspoken emotions. Mira's heart raced as she searched Riley's gaze, trying to decipher the deeper meaning behind her words. "What if we created our own magic?" Mira whispered, feeling the tide of feelings she had bottled up inside. Riley's breath hitched, and the space between them sizzled with anticipation. "What do you mean?" Before Mira could gather her thoughts, she leaned in closer, heart pounding. "I think I've been in love with you for a long time, Riley." Riley's eyes widened, a mixture of surprise and joy flooding her face. "I've felt the same way, but I was scared to say it. I didn't know if you would." Mira's hand reached for Riley's, their fingers intertwining effortlessly. "I want to explore this, whatever it is. All the magic we once dreamed about, I want to find it with you." Tears shimmered in Riley's eyes as she smiled, the warmth of their touch igniting a spark that felt like home. They leaned in, foreheads touching, breaths mingling in the warm summer air. A moment of vulnerability passed between them before they closed the distance, sharing a soft, tentative kiss. Time seemed to stand still as they melted into each other, feelings and fears dissolving with the tide. The kiss deepened, hearts racing as they explored this new terrain of love. When they finally pulled apart, their foreheads still touching, they both knew that the magic they had sought for so long was standing right in front of them. From that day forward, Mira and Riley made a home in each other amidst the seashells of Rosemary Beach. Together, they embarked on a journey of love and discovery, building a life filled with laughter, adventure, and a promise to always cherish the magic they found along the shore. And every evening as the sun set, they would return to the beach, hand in hand, collecting seashells and memories, knowing that their love was the most beautiful treasure of all. As summer faded into fall, Mira and Riley found themselves wrapped in the magic of their newfound love. The days spent wandering the shores of Rosemary Beach turned into cherished rituals, collecting seashells, watching the sunset paint the sky, and indulging in lazy afternoons filled with laughter and whispered secrets. One particularly balmy afternoon, the air was laced with the scent of blooming rosemary. They decided to venture beyond the beach to explore a hidden cove they had often heard about but never visited. "Mira, can you believe we haven't done this before?" Riley exclaimed, her eyes shining with excitement as they approached the rocky entrance of the cove. "Let's see if we can find anything special," Mira replied, her heart fluttering at the thought of discovering something new with the love of her life by her side. As they entered the cove, the sunlight filtered through the craggy overhang, casting a warm glow on the smooth stones below. The sound of gentle waves echoed. They wandered deeper, hand in hand, until they stumbled upon a small tide pool teeming with life. Tiny crabs scuttled and brightly colored fish darted away at their approach. "Look!" Riley pointed excitedly. "It's like our own little aquarium." Mira watched Riley's face light up with joy, and in that moment, she realized how deeply she had fallen. She stepped closer, wrapping her arms around Riley from behind. "I love seeing you like this," she whispered, her voice laced with warmth. Turning to face her, Riley smiled, a mix of playfulness and seriousness. "And I love you, Mira. More than I ever thought I could." Myra's heart swelled. They shared a tender kiss amid the embrace of nature, feeling the world outside of their bubble fade away. As they explored further, they stumbled upon a secluded stretch of beach, private and untouched. The sand was soft beneath them, and the waves lapped gently at the shore. They spread out a blanket and settled down, taking in the beauty around them. "Can I share something with you?" Riley asked, her voice turning soft as she shifted her gaze to the horizon. "Of course," Mira replied, sensing the weight of Riley's words. Taking a deep breath, Riley said, "I've always wanted to travel the world, to see new places and experience new cultures. I had this dream of backpacking through Europe after college, but everything changed when I left for a job in the city. I didn't have the courage to go after what I really wanted." Myra's heart ached for her. "You can still do that, you know. You don't have to give that dream up just because you're here with me." Riley shook her head, a slight frown marring her features. "It's not that simple. What if it means leaving you behind?" Mira took Riley's hands in hers, grounding them both. "Riley, I would never want to hold you back. I want you to follow your dreams, whether that means traveling or staying here with me. We can find ways to make it work, and maybe I could even join you." Riley's eyes softened, and a small smile broke through. "You'd really want to travel with me? It's a big commitment." Mira nodded, clarity washing over her. "If we're together, it won't matter where we are. I'd follow you anywhere." They spent the afternoon talking about their dreams, desires, and fears, weaving a future that embraced both their aspirations and their love. With every shared thought, a greater understanding blossomed between them. Love didn't have to mean sacrificing who they were, but rather, encouraging each other's growth. As the sun began to set, casting golden rays around them, Riley turned serious again. "There's something else I've been thinking about. Do you remember that conch shell we found the summer we were 13? "Of course." Mira laughed, "We thought it would give us a wish." "I think it would be appropriate to make a different kind of wish this time," Riley said, pulling a small velvet pouch from her bag. Curious, Mira watched as Riley pulled out a delicate conch shell, intricately spiraled and full of character. "I want us to make a promise, that no matter where life takes us, we'll always come back to each other." Myra's eyes glistened. "I love that idea." As the last rays of sunlight kissed the horizon, they took turns whispering their wishes into the shell, pouring their hearts into it. They sealed their promise with a kiss, and as the waves crashed nearby, they felt the weight of their commitments echoing in the crashing surf. Months passed, and autumn's chill began to settle over Rosemary Beach. Mira and Riley embraced the beauty of each changing season while facing the reality of their dreams. With newfound courage, Riley decided to embark on her journey across Europe, only wanting to delay for what truly mattered. On a sunny morning, they packed a small bag, and Mira handed Riley the conch shell, now a symbol of their love and their promises. Take it with you, Mira suggested, her voice quivering slightly. Whenever you feel lost, just hold it and remember that this magic we have can withstand anything. Of course, Riley nodded, her voice steady. And when I come back, I'll have stories to tell, seashells to share, and adventures waiting for us to continue together. As they watched Riley's cab pull away, Mira felt a mix of pride and heartbreak, knowing they would be apart but hoping for the future they would build together. The promise of love, adventure, and the magic of Rosemary Beach lingered in the air, waiting for their return. Weeks turned into months, and while distances separated them, Mira made every sunset a reminder of the love that awaited Riley's return. She often visited their hidden cove, collecting seashells and dreaming of travels yet to come. Then, one fateful afternoon, after several months had passed, Mira was standing at the water's edge, the salty breeze tousling her hair when she spotted a familiar figure approaching from the path. Her heart raced as she turned to see Riley, backpack slung over her shoulder, her smile brighter than ever, even against the fading light. "Mira," she called out, and before Mira could breathe, she felt Riley's arms wrap around her tightly, the warmth of their embrace washing over her like the tide. "I'm home," Riley whispered in her ear, and Mira knew in that moment, the magic between them had only deepened, ready for new adventures waiting to unfold. With the conch shell resting in her pocket, and the spirit of their promises alive between them, they walked hand in hand along the beach once again, ready to create their own story, season by season, treasure by treasure. In the heart of Rosemary Beach, they found love, adventure, and the endless magic of the seashells that would always lead them home. As the sun dipped low in the sky, casting a golden hue on the shoreline, Mira and Riley strolled side by side, the sound of waves crashing against the shore a comforting backdrop to their reunion. It felt surreal to have her back after those long months apart. Each day had been a reminder of their unbreakable bond, but seeing Riley now, vibrant and full of stories, made everything feel whole again. "Tell me everything," Mira said, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "What was your favorite place? Did you meet anyone interesting? Did you really see the Eiffel Tower?" Riley laughed, a beautiful, musical sound that felt like home to Mira. "Oh, Mira, where do I even start? Paris was everything I dreamed it would be, the energy, the art, the food. And yes, I climbed the tower. But more than the sights, it was the people I met along the way that truly changed me." As they walked, Riley recounted tales of her travels. She described wandering the bustling streets of Barcelona, sipping coffee in a quaint café in Florence, and exploring the ancient ruins of Rome. Every story was laced with Riley's enthusiasm, painting vivid pictures in Myra's mind. But amidst all the excitement, Mira noticed something flicker in Riley's expression that hinted at deeper emotions. When they paused at a tucked-away spot on the beach, where they had shared so many memories, Mira turned to her. "You look a little wistful. What's on your mind?" Riley took a moment, gazing out at the horizon as if searching for the right words. "I loved all of it, but I realized something important while I was away. I thought adventure would fill a void in me, but it didn't. The most significant moments were the ones when I thought of you and the life we could create together. I missed you more than I imagined possible." Myra's heart swelled. "I missed you too, but I always knew you needed to explore, to find that part of yourself. And now that you've traveled, do you feel different?" Riley nodded. "Absolutely. I feel more connected to myself and what I genuinely want, not just for me, but for us. I want to build a life together that incorporates both our dreams. I don't want to wander without you by my side." Mira felt the air shift as Riley spoke, each word resonating with the promise of a shared future. "So, what are you saying?" she asked, the anticipation thick between them. "I'm saying," Riley hesitated, pulling from her backpack a familiar item wrapped in a piece of soft cloth. As she unveiled it, the setting sun reflected off a smooth, beautiful conch shell, the same one they had whispered their promises into months ago. "It's time to take our promise to the next level. I want us to never just wish for the future, I want us to pursue it together. Will you be my partner, not just in love, but in life, in adventure?" Myra's eyes widened in surprise and joy. "Are you proposing?" In a way, Riley replied, stepping closer, her eyes filled with determination. I'm asking you to be the co-captain of our adventure. Let's travel together, explore every inch of the world, and build our dreams, wherever that takes us. Let's not just make wishes, let's make memories. Mira was breathless. Yes. 1,000 times yes, she exclaimed, throwing her arms around Riley, laughter bubbling up and spilling out with relief and happiness. Riley tightened her grip, holding Mira close as the sun dipped below the horizon, ushering in the twilight. As they stood there, enveloped in each other in the serene beach, it felt as though the world melted away, just the two of them under the vast sky, ready to embark on their greatest adventure yet. Let's start planning our first trip, Mira suggested, pulling back just enough to gaze into Riley's eyes. How about we go to Mexico for some beach time, and then maybe to Europe? We can make a list of all the places we want to visit. Riley beamed, her joy contagious. Perfect. And we can fill the backpack with shells from each beach we visit as a reminder of every place we've explored together. From that day onward, the two of them became an inseparable team, planning adventures and dreams while nurturing their love. They traveled the world, creating a tapestry of memories woven with laughter, challenges, and the thrill of discovery. The seashell they treasured on Rosemary Beach became a symbol of their commitment, a reminder of how far they had come and how far they wanted to go together. With every sunset they witnessed, and every new place they explored, they found not just the beauty of the world, but the depth of their love, as vast and ever-expanding as the ocean itself. And amidst all their adventures, it was the simple moments, a quiet morning coffee on the beach, the warmth of hand in hand while exploring cobblestone streets, and the whisper of their shared hopes under starlit skies, that formed the most profound connection. Years from that magical day on the beach, as they stood shoulder to shoulder watching yet another sunset, Mira turned to Riley and smiled. Thank you for asking me to be part of your adventure. It's the greatest journey I could have ever imagined. Riley's eyes sparkled, reflecting the colors of the sky. And it's only just begun. As the sun dipped below the horizon, they felt a sense of peace, knowing together they'd continue collecting life's seashells, each with its own story, united by love and adventure that would last a lifetime.